to 12 News at 4. Big night in Washington tonight. President Biden gives his first State of the Union message tonight. Lots of folks are speculating what he might include in that speech.
And here to tell us more is Dr. Nathan Shrader with Millsaps College. He's going to tell us what he thinks what we can expect to hear. Dr. Shrader, thanks for being with us.
Yeah, glad to be here on an important political day for the presidency.
It really is. What do you expect to hear in the president's speech tonight?
Well, what I expect, well, let me first say what I think the president needs to do in order to be successful tonight is I think he's really got an opportunity to reframe the narrative around him right now. We know his approval ratings are sagging. Fewer Americans are saying that they believe in his leadership. The crisis abroad, I think, has presented an opportunity for the president to recast tonight's speech from more of a traditional State of the Union address to one in which he can talk more about America's a very important role in this very critical and dangerous situation, and make the case for American leadership abroad again. And I think that is going to be something that could help him turn the tide right now on some of his political problems here at home.
Do you expect any kind of spirit of bipartisanship to emerge tonight? Why or why not? What do you think?
Look, I think the president is going to, I don't think we're going to hear as many, you know, in every other State of the Union address, you have these built-in more partisan applause lines and sort of things of that nature. I'm not expecting to hear as many of those tonight, given the severity of the problems we face on the domestic front and internationally, especially thanks to the Russian invasion of Ukraine. So I think you're going to see a less partisan tone in general. But I am not somebody who, outside of the foreign relations piece of this, I unfortunately don't see a whole lot of opportunities for bipartisanship when you look at just the way Congress functions today and the role the president plays in that, you know, the legislative executive branch relationship.
Can we dig just a little bit deeper here? What do you expect him to say about Ukraine, and how about inflation?
Well, I think especially with Ukraine, I think this is an important opportunity for him to clearly explain what has his administration done so far and why have these things been so important. The Biden administration has had this right from the beginning in terms of the way they were leveraging America's intelligence and information to debunk Vladimir Putin's plans and show that he was lying about all this from the beginning. I think the president needs to remind Americans of that, as well as the coalition that's being built right now among the Western nations and others who are pushing back on Russia. You mentioned the word that I was going to use earlier and failed to, inflation. If I were advising President Biden here, I would tell him not to use that word tonight. I don't think that I think this is an opportunity to move away from inflation, gas prices, and build back better. I think if I were him, I would avoid those three sets of terms and recast this administration in a new light.
It does seem like in Ukraine, I mean, that's on everybody's radar right now. And I've never seen, it seems like, you know, everyone from people on Etsy saying, go to the Ukraine folks that have crafts that they just can download to you. At least they'll make some money. I mean, it's things that low. It's like we haven't seen this since almost like 9/11 when we all got together.
Well, Melanie, that relates very well to your previous question about or Walt's question about bipartisanship, this is the one opportunity I see, like I said, in the foreign affairs arena, where there are a majority, I would speculate, of Republicans who are going to be in that chamber, and they're going to probably be, that's the area where they're willing to work with the president and willing to praise some of the things that they've done so far. So that's why if I were Biden, I would, again, recast this more so as a speech about America's global leadership and the urgent need for us to maintain that role and highlight the role we've played so far in attempting to turn the tide against Putin and Russia.
Yeah.
Sounds good.
I think I'll even bypass Yellowstone tonight and watch it. Thank you, Dr. Nathan Shrader, Millsaps College. Appreciate you dropping by this afternoon.
Anytime. Thank you.
We're going to take a quick